Sure is silence here. And creativity and imagination live in a silent brain. What I'm about to share with you, it's a secret that I stumbled upon back in 2006, fourth quarter, 2007, 2008, 2009, in the last, what they now call the greatest recession, when we had the real estate meltdown. Okay. Um, the title is The Untold Truth about Subject to OPM and how to build wealth from nothing. Literally, how to build wealth from nothing. And I learned it from the stinky bankers because what they use is called fractional reserve lending, how they're able to create money through thin air without even having to work for it. Now, if you've never been on my channel before, welcome in. Click the like button, subscribe. I teach you how to be a real estate investor, how to be an entrepreneur, and beat the system without debt or credit. Um, and I come to you live every day. So today we're going to be talking about a secret that I stumbled on, what I called OPM. And what OPM stands for is other people's mortgages, and how that is exactly what bankers do when they lend out on a car note or when they lend out on a mortgage. So OPM stands for other people's mortgages, and it can create massive wealth for anyone through real estate, because real estate not only gives you equity if you buy the property right, it also gives you cash flow. Plus, it also gives you a bunch of tax benefits, right? And if you want to build wealth from nothing, you have to realize how the bankers make money, which is they lend money on money they don't have, money they just created out of nothing. And that's what OPM maximizes, because there's millions and millions of uh, homeowners right now. They're highly motivated. Doesn't matter if they have a conventional loan, they have a VA loan, they have a FHA loan. Okay, it doesn't matter. Millions and millions and millions of people that have lost their jobs. There's millions and millions of people that have small businesses that are going under. There's millions of renters that are not paying their rent. And we're having a situation where we're having a lot of motivated sellers being forced upon um, many individuals, not of their own fault, thanks to central banking, thanks to the printing of money, and so on. But the opportunity comes from the actions of, HUD, the actions of central bankers, etc., that has created so much motivated sellers out there. And with OPM and the strategy that I created, subject to investing, focuses on motivated sellers, tries to create win-win situation because for the investor and the seller, without having to have all the cash. And that's why it's so powerful. It's just like banks, because banks, they lend money that they don't even have. And that's what OPM focuses on. Other people's mortgages, other people's mortgages focuses on. There are millions of people with mortgages. There's millions of people with motivated sellers. And how can I use that situation to create a win for myself as an investor and create a win for the seller? Because if I don't, it's going down to the banks, it's going down to the foreclosure auctions, it's going down to the evil banksters, gangsters. Now, if you guys want to know what I'm doing, I'm actually camping with the family and kids. We're riding some bikes, but it was a pretty hot day. I just wanted to pull over and give you guys some knowledge about what I found out. Now, why do I like and love subject to investing? Because it doesn't require to have all the capital to buy a property. Okay. It doesn't require to have a certain type of credit score. It doesn't require to have certain type of down payment. It makes the investor, in this case myself, in total control. How much I want to pay for closing? Do I want to have a traditional closing? Do I want to have a very economic closing? It's all depends on what I want to do with the deal. Okay, so those are just a few things that I love about OPM and subject to. And I also love helping out sellers. I love to help out sellers that instead of their house going to foreclosure, or instead of them doing a short sell, instead of them doing a loan modification where they get black eye and hurt their credit by 100 points if they do a loan mod or short sell, whatever the story may be, that I'm able to step into their shoes, buy their home. The seller becomes my private lender to at the closing, and they give me the deed. They give me the title to the property. I become the rightful owner of it in the public. You know, anyone that pulls up the records, it'll show that I own the property. At that time, I could have many different exit strategies. Um, what I can do when I after I buy the property after the acquisition, what am I going to do with it? For example, some of the exit strategies that I share with you totally for free are that, someone can take the property and then wholesale it. So that's a great exit strategy if someone is new to the real estate game, um, they don't have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of experience. This teaches them about the real estate business, about construction, about repairs, plumbing, closing, escrow, finding buyers, talking to sellers, all the stuff you need. Meanwhile, it doesn't require a lot of cash, a lot of experience. It takes a lot of footwork, it takes a lot of energy. But that's what the benefit of a wholesaler is, that you don't need to have a lot of moolah, but you do need to have the time to put into it. Guys, click the like button, subscribe. Let me know what state you're in from and what your thoughts are about OPM and subject to and the real estate market. I'm curious what's happening in your neck of the woods. Okay. Now, people always ask me, Mike, is there a risk with OPM? Is there a risk with subject to? And I'm like, yes. I mean, because to me that's a stupid question. Because even when you eat food, it can go into the other hole and make you choke, and I'm sure that has happened to you before. Some people die from that, right? When you go to your mama's house, you can get in a car wreck. So when you go to school, you can get in a car wreck. You go to work. So there's a lot of things that happen, right? So everything has risks in it. So to assume that there's a risk is pretty foolish. Now the question is, better question would be, what is the odds of that happening to me versus me getting away with it, right? Or me scoring or a touchdown, okay? And that's what entrepreneurship is. So there are definitely risks with subject twos, and I like to share with you because when you transform like an alchemist, you know, nothing, right, besides your life, energy, and your soul seed, the seed that was planted into you by the Creator, when you transform that into something, you're going to have to work with some hot materials, like you have to work with some fire and pot that's going to be hot if you touch it. So they can be side effects by that, right? It can make you sweat because it's really hot when you're turning something into nothing into something. And some of the risks associated with, you know, OPM or subject to is that, hey, you gotta have money to, maintains the property if your exit strategy is, for example, to be a landlord. If you're going to be a wholesaler, then of course not, because a wholesaler doesn't make the payments, they don't own the property, they just put it in a contract and quickly flipping it to someone else. So it all depends on the exit strategy that determines the risk. It all depends on the level of experience that determines the risk. But some of the risk is, hey, depending on the exit strategy, you may have to have some money. You may not have to have all the money to buy the property, but you may need 10 grand to maintain it if you keep it as a rental. If you're going to do Airbnb, if you're going to, quickly wholesale it, then you probably don't need that much money besides for marketing money. If you're going to um, do owner financing, you may need just some money to hold, make a couple of months payments so you find that perfect buyer that has that 20 grand or 30 grand or whatever you're looking for to get the house OPM and then turn around and sell it to an end buyer where they throw down 20 grand or 40 grand and then you wrap the note and increase the interest rate and now you're getting positive cash flow and you don't have to have to deal with the hassles of being a landlord. All you do is, be a bank. So this is why the power of OPM is uh, just like stinky bankers because, you don't need to have all the cash. You can buy the house without having all the cash, and then you can wrap it around and then sell it. And now you can become the bank. The investor can now become the bank by selling it to another party. Okay. And they could create a three-zone profit zone. If you want to know what those three zones are, go to mrnofluff.com, click on my free training. And there's tons of videos that tell you how to, those zones are. By the way, guys, don't forget to download my free book. If you're new to real estate investing, I got the ultimate starter guide for beginners. I talk about exactly subject to your three stepping stones, exactly your action plan at mrnofluff.com, guys. Totally for free. Okay, no catches, no strings. If you want to know more about this stuff, if you like to learn about OPM, you like to learn about subject to how to what are the best marketings, how to talk to these sellers. If you want some coaching, if you want to be in our private Facebook group, all that together, then consider joining the academy. Again, academy.mrnofluff.com, or just go to mrnofluff.com. It's only $47 right now. We're having a flash sale. Normally, it's 1,900 bucks, ladies and gentlemen. So you're getting it like 99% off. So go to mrnofluff.com, join the academy. Let's mingle, let's shake hands, and let me see what your goals are and your dreams are, and for me to help you, be it. Okay. Now, going back to the story, there are risks associated with anything you do. If you want to do fix and flips, if you want to be a landlord, so that's normal. One of the other risks that I like to mention is that uh, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm not giving financial advice or legal advice. This is just my opinions. Is that what when I buy a house subject to, there's a risk that the bank can accelerate the note, or what I call they could call in the note, right? They could call in the note, and they could foreclose on the original seller, which then I have to bring all the money up. So there is the possibility that the bank can call the note in, but I've never had a bank do that to me. Uh, Now, is it a possibility? Yes, it's a risk for me. As an investor, it's a risk for the seller. But the risk of that is this, again, for you do your own due diligence, but for me, it's very, 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 very low. For me, it's more riskier to go to a bank and get a loan and sign a promissory note versus the bank calling it in, especially in a down market, especially since interest rates keep going down, 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 down. For example, if someone buys a note or a house that was got a financing back in 2006 or 2007, they have 7% interest rate, they have 8% interest rate. So why would a bank want to call it in when they're going with right now? Just recently came out that one of the toppest mortgage brokers are offering 30-year mortgages for 2.5%, guys, 2.5%. Okay. So it's a possibility, but it doesn't really scare me. Neither is drinking water. Okay. So but it's out there. There are other risks out there, that you become a landlord, you don't know what you're doing. You become an Airbnb, a bug happens. So there's always risks associated with being an entrepreneur, being your dreams. But those are just giving. Now, but there's a whole lot more benefits of OPM, subject to investing, in my eyes, than the cons. Okay. Now, for example, if someone is brand new, then and they don't have any money, then I really don't think they should be a buy and hold guy and try to do anything like that. Um, but if someone has money or they have a successful business, then rental properties are a great way to shelter yourself from taxes, create wealth. Um, but in 2020 and going forward, there are so many motivated sellers out there that doesn't matter what level of skills you have, you can always move yourself up, right? So if you don't know anything, you can just wholesale subject twos. Now, most wholesalers out there, they're only finding cash deals. What I mean by that is they're only finding deals that are, you know, 60 cents on a dollar or 70 cents on a dollar. And you hardly see wholesalers that find subject to deals. And the reason is that most wholesalers don't know how to find those deals. They don't know how to negotiate these deals. They don't know how to structure these deals. They don't even truly know that they exist. That's what I'm telling you the truth. They don't even know how to exist. And that's why you don't see deals like that. But in reality, the audience of people that would want to buy these deals are a lot, because I love to buy these deals. So if you have deals like that, then join the academy. Let me buy your deals. Let's work together, figure win-win situation. Okay, it's $47. You get access to all my best-selling courses. Plus, you also get monthly coaching, plus the private group on Facebook for just $47 a month, guys. A month, no catches, no strings. All right, you cancel anytime. So OPM and subject to investing can be also great for people that want to be landlords, people that want to be investing for the long haul, right? And it's a great way to do that, because if you're a private investor and you go to a bank, usually the limit is four homes that they'll give you. After that, you got to like please, 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 and look different ways. Even if you have good balance sheets and you can put 20% down, so it allows the investor to go away from the bank and work directly with home sellers that are highly motivated. Doesn't matter if it's commercial or residential, and have that seller to become their bank. Doesn't matter if the seller has massive equity, the seller has no equity, or the seller owns their house free and clear. There's always things to do to sweeten the tea for different types of sellers, for them to want to become your private bank. Now, people say, "Hey, man, is it easy?" Nothing is easy, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is easy. If you want to find a house 60 cents on a dollar, that's not easy. If you want to find a subject to deal, that's not easy. If you want to write a book, that's not easy. I guess the thing that's easy is to follow the path that everyone else does, which is like high school, college, get into debt, buy a car, graduate, buy a house, get have so much debt. That is pretty much easy, especially since they have lowered the qualifications for more and more people to get into debt, and that's why we are in a recession, what I call the greatest depression ever, and we're waiting for it to happen, which is going to even cause more and more and more and more motivated sellers. Now, why do I think that OPM and subject to investing are the biggest opportunity ever? Because it's how bankers got rich. Okay, bankers don't have any money. Um, the only difference is that, what is subject to, I would have to have my own cash to buy that house or make the first month payments, whatever. But the bankers get their money from us depositing. So that's the only difference. But everything else is very much like what the bankers do, because instead of me having the $200,000 to buy the whole house, the seller already has a mortgage. I might only have to pay $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 for the closing costs and the first month rent. Okay, so I have to have some money. Where the banks, that amount that they even have to put up as jeopardy, someone has to deposit that into their accounts for them. So it's not as great as the banks, but it's very, very close. And the amazing thing is that I can buy a house OPM other people's mortgages where the seller becomes my bank, and I can then turn around and then sell it to another buyer, right? To a buyer that has a successful business, but they can't get a loan, right? And have them to put down 10, 20, 30 grand, and now I become the bank, okay, which is awesome because um, it's like being getting in real estate without having the hassles of rental properties. Because as the bank, and when I become the bank, I buy the property, the seller becomes my bank, I turn around and I become someone else's bank. But this new seller, I'm sorry, this new buyer that I sell to, is their credit is not really that's important to me. What it is, can they pay the monthly payments? Can they have the down payment? Because what I need from them is a month upfront cash. I need to make monthly cash flow from it, and they got to be able to cash me out sometimes down the line. Okay, it could be a 15-year note, it could be a 20-year note, it could be even a 30-year note. But you know, uh, the great news is I don't have to hassle with all the headaches of plumbing problems, AC problems, because I don't own the property. I just own the note, and that's basically what bankers do. They lend out money that they don't have, and then they turn around and make money off of it, and that's exactly what OPM is. I, market to motivated sellers. They already got the mortgage. They become my bank. Then I can turn around if I want to and quickly sell it to another buyer where I become their bank and require a large down payment, and I higher interest rate. Like interest rate right now is like 2.5%, 3%. I can turn around and become someone else's bank, another borrower's bank, and charge 6% or 7%. And that's where the monthly cash flow will come in, because as the bank, not only am I going to charge the seller more because I'm becoming their private bank, right? So let's say in the example that the house that I bought from a motivated seller, just this fictional example, let's say their mortgage was 100K, and I can turn around and their interest rate is 3%. I could turn around and they sold it to me. I can turn around and do it for 6% interest rate, and that's going to spit off a positive cash flow. So instead of my more my the new buyer's mortgage to me might be like $1,400 or $1,500 or whatever that number is, and what I do is I take the $1,000, the $1,400, pay the $1,000 to the my bank, which is the original seller, and the 400 or $500 will go into my pocket, guys. Okay, again, guys, we're at the middle of nowhere at the trails. Uh, you may see horses and people with bikes and things of that nature going by. It's pretty amazing out here. Click the like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't been here. This is the first time here. I teach you how to be your dreams, how to be an entrepreneur, how to be a real estate investor without credit card, without bank loans, um, through creative strategies. Okay. Um, Today we're talking about subject two, as you already know. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'll be happy to take those right now. Thanks, guys, for clicking the like button. This is live. We're not scripted. Don't forget about the Academy, guys. Iron Man says, Iron Man. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Jordan, hey, Mike, I'm here in Michigan. Things are opening up on the 15th. That's awesome, man. Things I've already opened up in my part of the wood. I know that opened up in Oklahoma. Frank D, what's going on, man? Uh, Reliable Tree Service LLC. I'm glad you got your business, man. How's your business doing? What state are you in with your, I guess I'm assuming, grass cutting business? Okay. Guys, the best time, you know, the best opportunity to be, I think, a real estate investor and have a not financial advice, have a buy and hold is whenever you have a successful business, like you have a grass cutting business, you have a moving company, you have a trucking company, you have a pizza business, you have something that's already successful, you're having positive cash flow. That's when it's really, really, really beneficiary because of all the different benefits that real estate provides. Okay, and if people are broke, which is totally understandable, especially in the times we live in, then two, the best two options is number one is to download the new Flip. Okay, I teach you how to start a business in your own backyard with just a freaking $100, and I teach you how to take this $100 and grow it rapidly, really, really fast, without needing any tools, any websites, any more education, any more courses, none of that stuff. It's a standalone. and it's here to help you reprogram you, to encourage you to believe in yourself. Two is here to help you make money right now, right now, right now. The new flip. That's right, Jordan. It makes you money quick. And the only thing that's lacking is your will. If you don't have a will, you don't want to apply it, and it's not going to work. But if you apply it, you make money. And I have so many different students having success. And the reason I created that is because, like I said, one, I want you to make money ASAP, like super fast. Okay. Two, I want to reprogram you to so you can believe in yourself that you can make a lot of money with just like $100, man. You don't need credit cards, you don't need special equipment, you don't need hundreds and thousands of dollars. Just $100 in America. That's what makes this country so great, guys and gals. Okay, America is a great country, and so, but you got to do something. And so many people, just want to learn, 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 learn. And that's not what it is. A new flip shows you how to make money now while you learn. And that's the best thing. You are learning psychological stuff, physical stuff, and then you're applying it right then and there, which you'll never forget it. And then the new flip will help you stack your chips, right? It helps you make cash fast and put it aside. And then if you like to learn, get into real estate, then you already have all the basic skills from how to talk to sellers, how to negotiate, how to inspect properties, how to do this, how to do that, how to desk, yalla, yalla, yalla. So many different things. So by the time you get into the real estate, not only will you have your cash up, you already are a successful entrepreneur, because if you can be a successful business owner, right, then your odds of success in real estate tremendously increases. A lot of people have jobs and they want to be a fix and flipper or wholesaler or landlord, and they 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 get in too much debt and they go belly up, is because you know you know why it is, guys. Okay, you know why it is, too much debt. So the best thing is to get the skill set before taking on the debt, right? Before taking on the debt. What's going on? The academy, guys, is a life changing opportunity, and here's why, guys. I've been doing this YouTube for 2013, providing free content, uh, and it's time for me to meet you guys. Okay, I'm tired of being like a one way thing. I want to meet every single one of you guys. There are other students that are bringing great information in the academy. They're sharing their successes, their failures. So it's a great way to learn, right? And I'm active on there myself. You get all the best selling courses for a very, very, very low price. Why am I doing it? Because I want you to succeed. Wife says $47, right, wife? They can't hear you. Say it louder. You want to come over here and tell them you're twisting my arm? Come on, come on over here and tell them. Bring the kid, guys. It's been freaking pretty hot today, guys. We've been biking it. You want to come tell them? Huh? Come on over here. Come over here and say hi real quick. Come on, come on, sweetheart. Come here. We got little Buddha here. She's been a trooper. We've been doing some miles today, doing some camping. Um, come on over here. So she is the reason of why I'm doing it for $47. I would never do it for this price, because you know. But I think that she's 100% right. This price allows me to meet every single one of you guys and gals, to shake your hand, and that's exactly what I want to do. That's why I started this channel, and I've never got to meet a lot of you guys. So $47 for a whole month, guys. You get my best courses, Facebook group, and then monthly coaching, and you get weekly assessments where we ask you if you have questions, and we work on answering those questions for you throughout the month. Okay. You want to say anything? Why should they join, Soraya? She said because you guys are getting great value. Okay. Anything else? All right. She's shy, guys. She's shy. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Click the like button. Share this message. I'll see you in the academy. I won't let you down. And remember, this is America, guys. 2020, best time to be alive, best time to live in America. Millions of people would love to be in your spot. Literally, millions of people would love to trade spot with you. So if you're here, you're not capitalized on it, shame on you, as my mama says. Shame on you. Peace. All right, buddy.